Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially Peter Davison. Well, yeah, sure, why not? My name is Luke. I am your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Peter David, you meant. Hello to
I'm
him.
looking at what? Oh, no, the writer, yeah.
Yeah, the writer, Star Trek. Also a family member of mine, also. But yes, Luke, we are here today to talk about the wonderful show that is very important, and all kinds of important things happen on these shows. The New Japan Soul Tour.
That's right. 1 and 2. I've got that song. Yes, yes, we are. We're going to talk about the first 2 nights of New Japan Soul. And before we get to that, we'll have some news. But before we even get to that, there's some professionalism to do. There are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky, Never Open Pod, .bluesky.social, Grumpy2EB at the Blue Skies, and Drew some tweets at the Blue Skies, .bluesky.social. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you have any of that Sasha Banks money, kick it away. We have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as thug. Like that fucking Oleg. Yeah. And if you want to see me do this intro and effectively the whole show with Mr. Andy, you can do that too. We're on YouTube. Come check us out. Give us a like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Never Open Podcast. Nice and easy. There we go.
Yeah, it's very easy. I think maybe we should change the intro to, instead of Sasha Banks money, it should be Tony Khan money. Because like
Tony Poach money.
Yeah, Tony Poach. That sounds like a gangster. Oh, there's Johnny 2 times, and there's Tony Poach over there. That's great. Luke, so we had 2 house showy things to talk about, but before we get to that, we have a bunch of news, and the first piece of news is that the G1 play-in matches have been announced, and it's going to be on 6/23. We're going to get Taichi versus Newman. Fuck you, Newman. And Ishii versus Drilla Killa, the Illa Shabilla from Manila.
That's right. I'm not so mad that Ishii's not in it. He's almost 50. All right, I get it. It's fine. I'd love him to be in the G1, but it's not happening, and he's never going to win it anyway. So, yeah, there is that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for Drilla to be in it if he wins and all that stuff. But I like Callum Newman, and I think he should be in the G1.
Yeah.
But I love Taichi, and I want Taichi to kick his ass. That's just as simple as that's just how I feel. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little mad at Callum Newman for beating Taichi. I am. But
it's part of the story too. So
it's definitely part of the tag team title story, and I'm okay with it. That's fine.
Newman's not winning the G1, so he's going to come out of the G1 with a story already pre-made. So that'll be.
That's right.
Ishii might win. Who knows? But I mean, I'd rather see Drilla in the G1, right? This his second G1, or was he was in it last year, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
So, and he was awesome. So, also we have on the 4th, which is a holiday where we celebrate freedom because shoot the guns, and it'll be Chase Owens versus Yoshihashi in a matchup that New Japan forces on us at least once a year, but usually it's in the New Japan Cup or something like that. And what is the other match?
It's Bad Luck Fale versus Ryohei Iwa.
You mean?
Oh, sorry, Don Fale. Don Fale.
Hey, respect. He knows Joey Poach or Tony Poach. Him and Don Fale is in charge of Tony Poach, actually.
So. I got Fale's name wrong, so he's going to be like every time he sees me now.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that with every announcer of these 2 shows, though. I was disappointed.
Chop House is open, So.
That's $50 you can get a chop from Fale. I'm not paying $50 for that.
Yoshihashi's going to be in the G1, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Why couldn't it be like Callum versus Yoshihashi and Chase can lose to Taichi, and I get yeah.
That's what it is, Luke. These play-in things are always fun, but they always pit wrestlers that we want both of them in. Or it'll be like a junior in there, like in the New Japan Cup, they do that. That's irritating. But also, Luke, a big match has been announced for the Soul Tour, and it's Hanma versus Tanahashi on the 21st, which is actually tomorrow, and I'm fucking fired up.
Is this for Oh yeah, and we've also got a couple of big shows coming up. One of them has the really weird name of Tanahashi Jam, and the other one is New Japan Soul, which isn't weird at all. But yes, we got Tanahashi Jam and New Japan Soul. So the main Soul shows where some of these matches are coming up: Yoshihashi Chase, Iwa, and Don Filet, Chick-fil-A. And the only other major match announced for New Japan Soul 2025 is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Gabriel Kidd.
Oh yeah,
which I'm excited for. So we got on Tanahashi Jam, we will have Oleg with his first defense against Yuji Nagata. I'm all right with it. Like, it's not Goto versus Nagata, and I know Oleg's probably going to win here too.
Yeah,
but you know, he's an up and comer, wrestling a legend.
He's doing the Goto thing, but it's okay when he does it. So, like, but it also, he's playing respect to the guy that brought him into New Japan. So yeah,
that's why I'm okay with it. So I don't sound like a complete fucking hypocrite on this on this podcast, which I've done before. There's going to be a TV championship match. It's an open challenge. Just give this man feuds, please. Come on, man. And we've got an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match where hopefully Goto, who's on his 8th defense. What the hell, man? Hopefully he loses against Zack Sabre Jr. And we do have a special Hiroshi Tanahashi presents tag match. We've got Naomichi Marufuji and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Ryohei Iwa and Kaito Kiyomiya.
Hook
that up to my veins. I cannot wait. That's going to be great. So yeah, that's Tanahashi Jam. And we get a never open title match. Besides, yeah, I'm all right with it with Oleg. He's an up and comer. He's maybe a little on the green side, and he gets to have a singles match against like the guy bringing him up, the guy who believed in him from the start. So I'm all in. Yeah,
it's awesome. Well, Luke, this first night of New Japan Soul is on the 18th. And this was supposed to be a free show, but it wasn't a free show.
Excuse me. Yes, there was some technical difficulties, apparently, which meant that it wasn't, or people couldn't watch it for free. So they made night 2 free instead. So there is that.
I thought they were both free.
And the wrestlers, so the wrestlers obviously didn't know that, because I would say I like night 1 more than night 2. Night 2's fine. Okay. But maybe if they know it's free and it's like, hey, we better give you guys a preview of what we're all about, we'll go, maybe, I don't know. But
I don't know where this first show was at. They didn't say, No. I don't know where
they didn't say, and we didn't look it up. I can give it a quick look.
I think maybe. My guess would be Sun Plaza, Hiroshima Sun Plaza, but I feel like that's a little bigger of a place. You know what I mean? So, but it had that same look to it. But Luke, yes.
Sorry, on that Wednesday show, we are at the Aomori Martial Arts Hall.
Let's see. I was wrong. I don't know shit about these venues.
I want to talk more about venue number 2 because it's got windows and shit.
Yeah, windows. Rare, but not stained glass windows either, like that one.
No.
Place. But Luke, there's no English commentary on this show either.
You must have been happy, yeah.
What we do get is Young Lions debuting.
Oh my god. Yes, we do. I love Young Lions debuting matches. You know what they're going to be straight away. It's a gentleman named Tatsuya Matsumoto versus Zane J, who we know from strong shows and stuff. We knew he was coming over to Japan to be a young boy. What is this match? It is a green, rough as guts, 10-minute draw, and I loved every second of it. There's a great drop kick by Zayn at the end. There's lots of mat wrestling as these guys kind of show what they've learned and doing their thing. I think it's great. This is their first Young Lions match on New Japan. I don't have much to say about it because it is a rough 10-minute draw, but I get excited because here's how they start, and we're gonna see them build and grow and all that kind of stuff. Like we did. I started 2017. You started a bit earlier. but so you've seen a couple more than I have. But you know, I love what they're doing with Yoda Suji and Iwa and all these Wato and all these guys I've seen as young guys now on New Japan Show proper. So yeah, it's a system that works, and you see it right here from the start. It's very special. I like it.
But what else does this mean? What does this mean for other guys? I mean, we'll talk about it here in a second. This means that other guys have to move up. You know, so Murashima, time to say goodbye soon. You know what I mean?
I know. And, I'm both disappointed and excited.
So now I do have to say I was shocked at the amount of moves in this match compared to what you would normally see. There was a lot more fancy moves and fancy holds and stuff. And I don't know, Tiger Mask is on the show. Just saying, be careful, guys. But you know, he might beat your ass. But yeah, you know, we knew what it was. It was good. Zane J, Crazy Eyes Killer. You know, but he might have to put the crazy eyes away every once in a while because they're out the whole time. And it's like they're not crazy if you don't put them away every once in a while. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know. But anyway, the next match is Yasuda versus Daiki Nagai. And I'm going in this, I'm thinking, here we go. Yasuda's getting his first win here because I thought Daiki Nagai had already gotten his first singles win, but he has not, I don't think. So I'm not sure about that though. So, but the way you know, we'll talk about it. Here we go. So Yasuda gets a fancy no-look leapfrog and takes over on Daiki Nagai at the beginning, and he beats the shit out of Daiki Nagai. He beats his ass for 5 minutes and just brabs the shit out of him. It was great. Daiki Nagai finally does get a drop kick, and it's not a very good one. And he tries to brab out Yasuda, but gets kicked and slapped instead. Daiki Nagai hits a spine buster and gets a brab of his own, and Yasuda gives up. And after dominating the whole match, I thought that was really funny. Kind of subversion of expectations, as the kids say. And apparently this was Daiki Nagai's first singles win because commentary freaks the fuck out. So it's got to be that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really like this match, but it is a Lex Luger style match, meaning Luger will spend most of his matches getting beat up. Then torture rack, it's over. So that's not a criticism, by the way. I don't mind Lex Luger. So relax, Mr. Guy, relax. But that's perfectly how his matches win.
But this is part of the first match because this is Young Lions moving up, right? These guys got to get wins because you know, we got these other guys coming in and they got to lose the matches now. So
absolutely, we've got new Young Lion jobbers, so we've got to make these two still jobbers but less jobbery. So absolutely. All right, so next, you're doing this match on the second night no matter what order we talk about because I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Because I know it's sort of different now, but doesn't mean you have to keep giving it to me. I don't want Yo versus Show anymore. Stop it. Give other juniors a chance to fucking go for them titles.
That horse is a skeleton. It's not even a dead horse anymore. It's like the bones have turned to dust, and you're now scraping the bones up and snorting them. So
I'm grinding them up. This horse. Which horse is deader, this horse or the Tongaloa horse?
I don't know, but I hate them both. But you know, I mean, come on, man. This isn't
all right. Look,
this isn't focused on Show versus Yo here.
I know. I have fun with this match. I have fun especially with the next match, but it doesn't matter. We've got Toriano, Yo, Wato, and Sho Mikato versus Ren Narita, Yujiro Takahashi, Sho, and Doki. Now, Sho talks shit about Wato and Yo at the start. You know he does. Hot then take things to the outside, and Doki sends Yo into the railing. Doki hurting Yo makes me happy. I think I might allow this. You know, I'm still going to get, it's a silver lining, Mr. Guy, all right? It's a silver lining.
All right, hold on a second. Let's try something. Close your eyes, Luke. Close your eyes, audience, and transport yourself back 6 months. Okay. No, let's say 2 years. Let's say 2 years. Go back 2 years and think. And I say the words Doki and Sho in a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how you feeling about that? Pretty good, right? You're thinking this could be awesome. So
yeah,
I actually had that epiphany while I was watching this match. I was like, wait a second. Doki's tagging with Show. That's kind of awesome. And it's this show. That's kind of awesome. So
my next note, Mr. Guy, is Doki has mates that also thinks Wato fucking sucks.
That's true. That's what they all have in common.
Wato didn't want to join. Doki didn't want to join the nerds. Like, I don't want to tag on the same side as fucking Wato.
And Yo,
he's a nerd. Like, we like him, Wato now, but you know, I can see this from Doki's point of view, and it tracks story wise. All right, it's fine. It's just heartbreaking because we wanted this Despy kind of return and things, and we're not getting it. However, he's tag champs with Show in a hot faction. How hot are they? People want to be in it. You know, the merch out the ass. Like, you see all these new T-shirts and stuff. They've got new entrance music. Welcome to the house. Yeah. It's working. You know, whatever they're doing, it's worked. And I think you and I have been fans since the fucking start.
We're the worst, like, fucking New Japan apologists ever.
Dude,
we like this.
Well, see, you and I might not watch regularly Western wrestling, but we like some of the Western wrestling flavor and Memphis heel stuff. We got an appreciation for it. We just do.
That's awesome.
And they do it really well. And I think you and I have highlighted many a time, and you will talk about it in the next match, I hope, just how creative they are at doing all this kind of stuff and pulling out new ways to be dastardly dickheads and all this kind of thing. So, yes, Ren sends Wato front first into the railing, and then Doki knee smashes Wato on the floor. So Doki's like, I like Ren. My boys, my team are with me. They're with me in my hatred of this nerd. Thank you. So, all right. These couple nights, I feel the same as you. I'm warming to Doki being in the house. All right. Didn't notice it this night, but I think night 2 he comes out with the better mask, like this really detailed kind of evil mask looking thing. We'll talk about that when that happens. Doki traps Wato's leg in the railing and kicks it as well. Fucking, I usually don't like Wato being wailed on like this, but it's Doki and they got the story there, so I'm allowed it. Wato gets a tag to Yo, and Show outwits him and Yano and spears Yo. Joe Mikado gets a cool drop kick on Doki, but fails to brab him out. Leg drop kick and knee smash on Kato, and Doki taps him out with that weird, cool-looking figure 4 kind of move that both hot guys kind of have. I don't know what the name of that finish is, but you know, hey, Doki's racking up wins, and I'm kind of. All right. Okay, I'm all right.
See, that's the other thing is that Doki wins, and it's like, oh. They got me.
Yeah, they got me. Apparently, it's called the Half Paradise Lock.
Okay.
According to New Japan World's result
we'll make
thing.
Up a better name. We'll make up a better name for that. That's weak as fuck.
The Half Brad Block, no.
As I was making the realization that Sho and Doki are in a tag team together, and that is kind of awesome, I was thinking, what's Desperado gonna think? Like, he's not around. When he shows back up, he's going to be angry. And I know he's got the title, but that is in the back pocket. Like, you know what I mean? That's going to happen. Yeah. And we're going to have like ruthless Doki. So maybe Kishin Doki. We'll see what happens. But next, Luke, we have a match that you loved. It's Boltin Oleg.
I did like this.
Yoshihashi, Makabe, Hanma, and Murashima versus Evil. Chase Owens, Dawn Fale hanging out with Tony Poach, and Sonata and Kanemaru. Now, Chase Owens has a brand now. That's Terry Funk's weapon. Very upsetting. Like, you got heat with me. And it's like, it's wrestling heat. So he's doing a good job. So
yeah,
that pissed me off. But also, Sonata has the skeleton of the guitar that got destroyed.
I love that.
I don't think it's load bearing, though. I don't really think so. But that is quite a large collection of nerds on the other side, though. That's a lot of nerds.
I know. Murashima and Oleg have to wrestle with nerds.
It's a bunch of nerds. So we get a preview between Yoshihashi and Chase Owens, and I wanted to puke a little, but I didn't. Murashima challenges Fale and knocks him off the apron at one point. That was great. Makabe gets the double clothesline and 10 punch on Evil, which is funny. And then Bolton comes in and he chops Evil and puts him back in there. Oh, here's what happens. So Evil tries to get out like it's a fucking, a lumberjack match. Bolton like chops the shit out of him and puts him right back in, right? Which was fun. So, and he was, and Evil was trying to escape Makabe, which makes it even funnier. So Hanma misses a Kokeshi in its heat on Hanma for a bit. Milano gets killed as usual by Sonata. Hanma gets a big headbutt on Kanemaru, and the crowd goes fucking bonkers chanting his name. I mean, they go nuts. That's great. There's a hot tag to bars, and he kills everyone. And he kills Kanemaru and shimmy shakes him. We got Chase Owens tries to intervene, and he gets shimmy shaked. Bolton Oleg catches Kanemaru, but Fale shoulder tackles him instead. So Kanemaru tries a big move, right? And Bolton just catches him, and Fale comes in and shoulder tackles him, right? Then it's Murashima versus Sonata at the end, and that's pretty cool. Someone feeds in for Murashima to slam them. I think everyone feeds in for Murashima to slam them. That's what it is.
You get a scoop slam.
Guess what? Evil twice. Chase Owens twice. Thanks, boys. That's pretty nice, for the kid. Maybe, it makes me think this is Murashima's last tour, for now.
Yeah,
so it's pretty awesome. He slams Evil twice, like I said. Big slam on Sonata, and Murashima puts him in the fucking brab, but Chase Owens attacks him. But Murashima won't let go. He's like, fuck you. And Yoshihashi helps Hama hit a Kokeshi on Sonata while he's in the brab.
The brab. I love that.
Whenever that happens, it's fucking great, man. So Whiskey Spits, Cold Skull. Sorry, Hanma. You give up?
Yeah.
You give up.
That's true. Yeah. I just like some of the fun stuff in this, and also seeing Makabe get beat up for a bit. Murashima running wild with scoop slams makes me laugh. Oleg shaking up and stirring the hot boys. Yeah, I had a great fun time with this match. Yeah, that's.
What do you think? So Bolton Oleg on that Nerds team, like he's the stud, right?
Oh, dude,
like he looks like he is. It's like. Now, listen, I'm not trying to say this, but like it's almost like when Tanahashi tags with a bunch of nerds, or some other guy. Like he's getting that rub on him, that title belt makes him look great.
And Takeshita doesn't need that title, and I know it's our title and we love it. I know, but it's time to bump him up, right? If we're bringing him back for New Japan and shit, it is. It just is. And that belt's going to do a lot of good for Oleg, mind you. I say that, and he's not losing to Nagata, so at least he's going to get one defense.
So Tanahashi loses to Gabe Kidd. Takeshita's out to challenge.
Oh fuck!
I put my fancy dream book away. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got the G1 coming, so it might be a little soon for that.
That's true.
Are they in the same block? Because if so, we can do that.
New Japan Soul.
I've got that soul. All right, so next, speaking of people, give it up. We've got the person who loves to say, give it up the best.
Yay!
It is referee Marty Asami here to officiate this match between Taichi, Yu Uemura, and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Callum Newman, the Great Okan, and Bag.
Yeah.
Pub said to change your name, dude, and you didn't. So he knows that we call you Bag. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
You got a haircut.
He's in the E now. He's not listening to us anymore, if he ever did. So no. All right. So we got Taguchi. Yeah. Oh, Callum wants a piece of Taichi, but that's not how it starts. So we got Taguchi matching like Great Okan's pose, and Taguchi, he gets some ass butts in the corner on Great Okan, where he's leaning on the ropes. He's got his legs up on Great Okan's shoulders, pulls him into the ass, and then Great Okan's fine. All right, I'm going to do the ankle lock. Taguchi's like, no, that's mine. I do that. Rather than a hoe train, I love this. Taichi Irish whips Taguchi into the corner for an ass attack, and then Taguchi goes to Irish Whip Yuya, and Yuya's like, no, you can do another one of those. Onto Great Okan in the corner. It makes me laugh. Great Okan, Get some ass triggers too. And then Great Khan's like, fuck this. He does a Canadian chokehold and then sends Taguchi back first in the rails and all that kind of stuff. Callum and Taichi are great.
They tear it up.
They do. They do this both nights. We got 2 kick guys, but the Callum strikes are getting better with his arms and stuff too. I like Taichi inviting Callum to strike him, and then he hits this gnarly looking back fist on Callum. Like, holy fuck. All right. I'm happy either way. All right. We'd be happy with Taichi, but Callum's a young stud. He should be in the G1.
Yeah.
We know this. There's a double stomp on Taichi's back by Callum, and we get a karate pose off by Taguchi and Great Khan. Great Khan sidesteps one ass attack, but not the other one. Axe bomber on Callum. Bag does bag things, but ace is high by Yuya for the 3. Yeah.
I got one problem with this match is that, like, after the match, Taichi, his team wins. He takes his pants off. He doesn't care. He's having a great time. He doesn't care about Toki.
Yeah.
He forgot all about Toki.
Maybe he doesn't quite see it as a mega betrayal because he didn't turn on Taichi like and beat him up and stuff.
Not yet.
You know, in kayfabe, maybe he sees it as like, yeah, I understand. You don't like Wato. Okay. I get it. Maybe.
Or he's like, you know, we were in Suzuki-gun together. I get it. We're both hard.
Yeah.
But also there's that other, like, the part of me that I don't like this about the story, but it's actually kind of cool, is that Taichi finally has friends, like lots of them. And he really likes that. He really likes that. He's like, oh, I kind of like having Yoshihashi doing my bidding. I kind of like this, you know. I like having these guys around, and you know, it's gonna blow up in his face. But anyway, it's pretty awesome. So next, Luke, we have Ishii, Tanahashi, and Tiger Mask. That's a great team versus Gabe Kidd, Dan Baloney, and Gato. Oh, I love it when Gato wrestles. It's awesome. And Gato's like, nope. Me and Tiger Mask, and him and Tiger Mask start, and the crowd chants for Gato. The crowd hates Tiger Mask.
Hey,
I love
crowd
that.
loves the war dogs. Gato is effectively a war dog.
Yeah.
We're on Team Gato.
Gato looked at the crowd like, stop it. He was like, knock it off. That was pretty funny. Anyway,
he's thinking to himself, fucking Gabe Kidd, he turned his little face. Bastard.
They take over, they do a bunch of brawling, and Gabe Kidd eyeballs Tanahashi anytime he tags in. If they're beating up somebody, he's looking at him, he's fucking going over there. He does the Tanahashi taunt, you know. It was just the Randy Orton taunt, right? It's like the same thing, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Know? But one's awesome and one's another guy.
One shoots in curses.
The Ace tags in and Dragon screws Gabe Kidd. They wrestle for a bit and it's pretty fun. They have a mini singles match, in fact, you know, and they fight to a double down. Then we get Baloney and Ishii in, and it's pretty goddamn.
Oh,
never,
yeah.
You know, pretty never. They work great together. Gato tags in and eye pokes everybody. Brainbuster on Gato. Ishii wins.
Yep. I'm very happy with this match. I get to see Ishii win. I get awesome preview stuff between Tanner and Kidd and Ishii and Driller. Ishii's one of those guys where I could see him lose all the time, and I still want this match because that's just how I roll. So I don't mind. Ishii's
how
very
he rolls.
generous.
Everybody out there listening, that's how he fucking rolls. Deal with it.
And they must see a lot of value in this man. They made him the oldest champion in New Japan history. IWGP champion. I mean, so there's that. All right, we have a main event with Zack Sabre Jr. Hey, Rahaiwa. Woo! Harley Jackson. Yeah. Versus El Fantasmo. Yeah.
Hey, he's good.
Shooter Umino.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. And the fucking champion, who's still the champion. Boo.
He's not good. He's not
Boo. Hiroki Goto. I have, for a house show, I got decent notes for this show. Goto just sucks the wind out of my sails, especially since he just retained against Shingo. You know what I would have loved for Soul? Would have been 10 times better than Zack Sabre Jr. versus Goto? How about Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr.?
Again?
Yeah, again.
Okay.
I would rather see them wrestle 10 times in a row. Yeah, again.
That was great.
Because those two are going to have a fucking masterpiece.
Agreed.
Right? And look, Zack Sabre Jr. is going to make it awesome. He always does. I don't. All these defenses, and I still don't buy Goto as champion. I'm sorry.
But Luke, Goto wore the light up glasses, the ELP glasses. He wore them to the ring.
No, he's cringe, man. And even his son's just like, come on, man, it's time to lose. This is a match where I feel like ELP tweaked his back a bit or something, a bit of an ouchie. But he still manages to do the Thunder Kiss on Hartley Jackson for the 3. And, I'm all right with that. You lose to the champion, the champion I like. So, I can't be too mad about that. I like ELP a lot. So, I just, Goto needs to Goto away.
Oh, sick burn. Sick.
Mm-hmm. I've never been like this about Goto, but like, not to the degree you are. But
you mean you've been that way since Wrestle Kingdom? So.
Oh yeah, dude.
So that's 6
This
months
is one of those instances where, rather than watch you beat that horse again, I've gotten another Doki pole, and we're both beating the horse.
Doki did have his pole in his match. It was hitting the barricade and shit with it, which was great. That made me laugh. Yeah, Goto sure is a wrestler. But Luke, that was night 1. Night 2, we're in a middle school gymnasium with windows. And it is wild. Have we ever seen a New Japan venue that has windows besides that one, the
church venue?
Wembley? Yeah. Well, I was going to say Wembley Field or whatever it is. Not Wembley Stadium. It's like Wembley next door, that place. That
the Wembley Stadium hall number 2. Yeah. No, it's at the East Municipal Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Well,
get some sponsors on that. I don't know, something.
Everybody can, go there. All of the municipalities and the denizens, as Great O'Connell would say. But Luke, this night opens up with Matsumoto again versus Jay Zane, and this place is big windows, like I said. This is another very good Young Lion match. It's a 10-minute Broadway. Zane does crazy eyes too much. It's going to get old real quick. He's got to knock it off with the crazy eyes. But he does it when he uses the figure 4 at one point, that's a good time to do it. They do some somewhat complicated leg holds in this match, and Matsumoto hits a headlock suplex, which you don't see very often.
Yeah.
And it looks scary as fuck. And it was awesome. So we got some fun attempted arm torture from Matsumoto. I felt like he shined more in this match, whereas Zane Jay shined more in the first match. Just my opinion, and then he, let's see here. Matsumoto screams in defiance when he's in the figure 4. And I'm like, yeah, rope break. They have a big strike battle. Matsumoto floors Zane with a big forearm, and fucking Milano loses his shit. And then he hits a big drop kick, but it's not very good. It's not good at all. Brad for Matsumoto, but the goddamn bell rings. My goodness. It's another Broadway.
Yeah, I'd say the timing of the night 1 was a little better because he was Zane had him in the grab for longer, so you had a bit more of a Willie, oh no, it's a draw. But they're getting, these two are ambitious. They're doing some pretty technical leg stuff, and I like it. And I would say Zane hit 2 drop kicks. The first one was pretty decent. The second one is the one you mentioned. I
was talking about the other guy. His drop kick was.
Oh, right. So next we have a match that. I'm sorry, I booed at the finish of this.
Wow. Because it was the inverse of the match we saw the night before.
Yeah,
right?
I knew it would be. But look, I'm a Murashima guy. Sorry, Shomikato. I like Shomikato. And I'm a Daiki Nagai guy. I'm a Daiki Nagai guy. So it is Masatori Asada versus Daiki Nagai. Daiki Nagai isn't even up to the stage where he can get a haircut yet, unless that's the haircut he wants.
He's getting the little like beard now. It's very
Daiki Nagai's got the chin beard happening.
Yeah, very classy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he wants to look a little older. There's some. I mean, you know how babyface Jay White looked, and then he suddenly had like this beard, and he's just like, yeah, all right, not so, because he's a heel, I guess he didn't want to look like a babyface. But Yasuda and Daiki Nagai, this hard strikes to start. Whoa. Early grab by Nagai, too, who's got the chin stubble. There's a really cool sunset flip pin by Yasuda. All right, cool. This is a cool match. I like it when I see things I don't expect from Young Lions. I think both pairings are doing that. So yeah, that was really cool. Brab time by Yasuda, and Yasuda does what Daiki Nakai kind of didn't. Maybe it's because Yasuda felt this, but he puts the extra stank Brab on to Daiki Nagai and just folds him in half and breaks his back like Tanahashi did to him. So he remembered that.
Yes.
That's right. So I wanted Daiki to win, of course. But Young Lion logic dictates that we're going to trade wins. And if you're going to win with a Brab, do the extra stank Brab that puts you on the shelf. Hell yeah, I'm in.
I think now both guys are to be taken more seriously, but that means Murashima and Kato. What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out. Next week, we have Yano, Master Wato, Kato, and Murashima versus Hot. Now, I'm calling this Hot Team B, not B Team, Team B. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's not, there's no B,
B team means secondary team, but Team B means the second team. I get it.
You got it. So Sho has some words for everyone. And I mean, Sho and Doki is kind of an awesome tag team, and I'm like starting to realize.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
So Sho, he beats the shit out of Kato after cheating, and most of this match is on the outside. Doki Pillmanizes Wato, and it's really funny. Yujiro hits some elbow drops, and I'm thinking to myself, like earlier in the night, Yasuda, he hit a great elbow drop, and I was like, I really like that move. Matt Bay needs to do more elbow drops. I was like in love with the elbow drop, and then Yujiro hit some elbow drops, and I was like, I like elbow drops as much as I used to. But anyway, Kato gets a drop kick on Doki and tags in Master Wato, who's all mad at Doki, and his leg is magically healed. So Yujiro tries to start a hoe train on Wato, but unaffiliated cheat. That made me laugh. But Doki hits Murashima with a pole, and Sho makes him give up. Hot win again.
Yeah, and Wato gets whacked by Doki's pole post-match as well. Yeah. So that's it.
Yes, for being
yeah. All right. So next night, Bolton Oleg has to tag with an even nerdier team because Honma isn't there. I think there's a match change just here because this was probably going to be maybe Honma again.
Or ELP. ELP. Okay. Yeah. So there was at the beginning of the show, I did notice that Abe stood up there and talked for a long time, and I thought, somebody must be injured. But
yeah, self-assessment.
I didn't know.
So. Yeah, so we got Bolton Oleg, Yoshihashi, Jado, and Turkey Marco.
Man, that's a bunch of nerds.
Yeah. Our Never Champ has to tag with these people. And then we've got Don Farley, Sonata, and Chase Owens. Sonata has the broken guitar again. Chase with his Undertaker / Hangman cosplay. And look, all right, Chase, you're committing to the House of Torture thing. Gun fingers are over. No more gun fingers. Boom. Boom. You're not in Bullet Club anymore. Get the memo. Get out of here with that. And
I don't care what he does.
No. We get some Oleg and Farley teasers, and I want that. I want to see that. Please. The Never Champ splashes Farley in the corner, then shoulder tackles the others, which is pretty cool. Marker Bay flips off Farley, and then he gets a shoulder charge for his trouble.
He went flying.
Oh, dude.
I love that.
Yeah. In my head canon, Don Farley knows that Makabe is a bit of an asshole who might not bump for me, so I'm going to put some extra stank into the shoulder charge. You're bumping.
Bump one way or the other.
Oh,
he
yeah.
gets fucking run over like grape apes in the ring. It was awesome.
Evil does the Abe spot of the announce table on Oleg, and Sonata pushes Jado into the medical side.
that like the whole announcers table got taken out.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
really funny because they're all screaming, but we can't hear them. We can see them screaming, but we can't hear them. Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, it's nice. Usually when these kind of spots happen, I've got the English commentary on, so it's actually kind of cool to get the Japanese commentary side of what happens when Sonata's fucking with them and stuff. You know,
it's better.
In kayfabe, Milano on commentary is probably burying Evil and Sonata, but he's always been a big supporter of both men, and I think he is tickled pink to be involved in these spots with Sonata. Absolutely, I love it.
The crowd giggles every time it happens, and they're just like, "Oh yeah. My god, it's so funny."
Absolutely, and yeah, it's something I really love. Dick Togo, who he's not in the match listing, but comes out with Evil. Come on, everyone. You all know this. He shoves Makabe into the railing, which makes me laugh. There's a suplex by Evil on Makabe, and fake bell ring. 1, 2, 3. Evil sounds like he's just won.
He wins.
Evil wins, right? Yay. Makabe and Chase have a sequence. Boo. Yoshi and Chase have a sequence. Boo. Evil gets Oleg. Evil gets the Oleg shake, and the fucking crowd goes nuts for it. Oh my god, what a pop for that. Sonata kicks the ropes into Jato's nuts as he tries to get in for a tag. Jato does the same thing to him. But Sonata, he fakes a low blow, and Kenta Sato is an idiot because he just believes it. And Sonata gets an easy win. And House of Torture are mad, visibly mad at Jato after the match. Like, Vale and Evil are fucking looking at Jato going like, "Hey, you kicked my guy in the nuts, man. That's not cool. How dare you do that? How dare you?"
Meanwhile, Sonata carefully gathered Jato's leg and slowly put it into his crotch and then acted like it was extremely poorly executed because Jato wasn't fast enough. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was really funny. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like Jato. But next match, Luke, is Taichi. Hey, Shota Umino and Tiger Mask. Ooh, he's grumpy. Versus Newman, Great-O-Khan, and Bag. Newman is all up in Taichi's face again, just like the first match. And Marty's here to make sure this match goes off without a hitch, right down the middle. Great-O-Khan and Shota Umino start. Remember how shitty their match was? This is way better.
Yeah.
Like, remember how shit their match? This is way better. What's different? I don't get what's different. It's way better.
I think what's different is they had a shitty match and they know it. Yeah. And they're like, never again. Never again.
So we get, it's very brief, but we get Tiger Mask in versus Great-O-Khan, and it's kind of awesome. Tiger Mask does some crazy cool, like, trip move on Great-O-Khan.
Yeah.
That was awesome, but then he gets destroyed, and it's heat on Tiger Mask. Newman whips Taichi into the little gate from the outside in, but it doesn't open. Big problem here. Guess what? Newman was never Young Lion. He doesn't know that it opens inside out. So poor Taichi's back had to pay the price for Newman's ignorance because he was never Young Lion. So Great-O-Khan sits on Tiger Mask and Bag fucks up the deal. Did you see what Bag did during this?
Oh yeah, just whacks Tiger Mask.
But I think he forgot to do the hope and was standing up there and was like, "Oh, I'll hit him instead. I hit you." And it's like, "Fuck you,
I know.
Bag."
I know he fucked that up, but that's the funniest thing I've ever seen Bag do. So I'm allow it.
It was funny. So, oh man, Newman and Taichi in for some really good shit, and Marty fixes his shirt. At one point, they're pummeling each other, and Marty's like, made me laugh so hard. I don't know why. He's just more worried about his pants or his shirt and everything than he is what's going on. But then, okay, so Taichi's pants, the Velcro's fucked up. It's got to be that, right? Because they keep coming off again, and it makes me upset. It makes me feel like Taichi's ragged when his pants are coming off like that. I don't like it. He gets to choose when his pants come off.
That's right.
You know, not you. So Shota Umino and Newman wrestle, and it's pretty good. And then Bag gets in versus Shota Umino, and Bag gets some shit in, and the crowd's like, "Yeah, let's hear for Bag." The crowd's like, Bag, and I can't believe it. Crowd goes nuts for Bag because he's fighting Shota Umino. But Yui all do a bunch of team moves. Tiger and Taichi team up on Great Khan, and Tiger gets his dive. Shota fucking murders Bag in the face. The crowd was chanting. He's like, "Fuck you," and he stiffs the fuck out of Bag on that lariat. And that was really funny. Boring guy finisher. Shota Umino wins. He clobbered Bag. That's all I'm saying.
What kind of move was that? It looked like some kind of perfect plex-ish kind of move. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Boring guy finisher is what I wrote.
All right. You know, I feel bad that I used Mr. Perfect as an example there. Man, I loved his suplexes and everything. Oh, Mr. Perfect.
I loved him, period. That guy was like the best.
Dude. Yeah. What a fucking shame with that guy. I loved him. So yeah, next we have hold
on. We have to discuss one more thing, Luke. I'm very sorry I didn't bring it up a second ago, and I had to cut you off. But okay, so Shota Umino clobbers Bag. He's feeling good about himself. Taichi's like takes his pants off for fun and is like playing grab ass with Shota Umino, and I don't like it. And Shota's holding Taichi's microphone for him. See, this is what I'm saying. Taichi likes this a little too much. This is going to blow up in his face big time. You know, he's like, "Oh, I got friends. I'm playing grab ass." And it's not with Sonata. And it's not with Zack Sabre Jr. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit. So.
You know, it's funny you mention this. Like, Doki debuts. It's not the debut we envision, and we're mad. And then silver lining is he's tag team champions with Sho. All right. And he's doing cool shit with Sho. All right. Okay. On the flip side, Ishii and Taichi. Oh my God. Yes. More of that. I love it. Yes. Just made a mess of my pants. Yes. That's
yikes.
And we don't usually care about like the tag team titles that much, do we? But
we've got
two sets of champions that we like having those belts. Unfortunately, the opposite of the rust lining of Taichi tagging with with Ishii is he has to be friends with nerds.
Yeah. And he likes it. And I don't like that.
No. He's part of me wants Taichi to betray the nerds and join whatever the fuck Suji Shingo do.
Or House of Torture. That's fine too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
They got a few too many members, but
a lot of rooms in the house, you know.
Yeah, they're doing renovations all the time, mate. So next we have, they don't even wait for the cancels permit. They just fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No inspections. They pay everybody off. Come on.
That's right. Greasing the wheels. That's it. Permits. They know what they're
doing. You think Dick Togo gets permits?
Yeah. You know what happened? Like someone wasn't giving him permits, so he got garroted, and then the replacement takes bribes. So it'll
Kanemaru threw a fucking Molotov cocktail through windows and low blowed them while they were watching. They came home and they were like, "Oh my God, my place is on fire!" And fucking Kanemaru low blowed them.
What are these marks on the body? I think this one's a pole. This one's a branding iron. This one's a push-up bra. Himself. I think this one's a pimp cane. He's this alcoholic too. He's got all this whiskey all over him. Yeah. All the way.
Another victim of the house, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Don't look under the house. Oh. All right. So next we've got Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tomohiro Ishii, and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Gabriel Kidd, Drilla Maloney, and Gato. Hey, Chumpy's still out here. Hey. Oh man. Ishii and Drilla to start. Ishii with the other two run wild, but there's a belly to belly on Ishii by Drilla. I like it. Drilla and Ishii just fucking chopping each other. So they do. I feel like they did different shit to each other than they did the previous night, or they just highlighted different parts of it, you know. So just to keep it fresh and interesting, we even get some more Ishii versus Gabriel Kidd, which I'm always in the mood for. Yes, please. Ishii gives Drilla a cool looking suplex they call a brain buster. He finishes the brain buster. Don't confuse my brain like that.
I know.
Kidd drop kicks Tanahashi and plays some more guitar like he did the other night. Gato, I love it when Tanahashi catches Gato's leg because he really begs not to be dragon screwed. Guess what? He gets dragon screwed. But he does get to walk away from an ass attack by Taguchi, but he gets then he kicks him in the butt. Then he hits an atomic drop on Taguchi. Gato, all right.
Getting his shit in.
But then Taguchi gets lots of ass on Gato, though. He makes him pay with a lot of ass. Like a lot of ass. Ankle lock on Gato, but Driller saves him. Oh, it's a Driller killer on Taguchi? No. Ishii hits a German half and half suplex by Kid on Ishii. Kid headbutts Tana so he doesn't get dragon screwed, but Sling Blade. Ankle lock on Gato for the finish. Tanahashi and Kid stare down while Driller hits a post-match spear. So, yeah. These two, didn't this whole 6-man thing wrestle the previous night? Oh, no, it was Tiger Mask instead of Taguchi. They're both good matches, these two matches they both had, but, you know, I'm more of a Taguchi guy than I am a Tiger Mask guy, so I liked this match a little more. Yep.
Fair enough. It was fun, you know. I don't have much to say about it. I don't have much to say about the next match, Luke, which is in fact the main event.
It's a charisma vacuum, man.
It's Goto versus he's tagging with, Yuya Uemura and Hanma versus Rihoi Iwa, Hartley Jackson, and Zack Sabre Jr. And Goto and Zack Sabre Jr. start, and it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but then we get Yuya and Iwa, and that's also kind of awesome.
Oh, my God.
I love seeing them go after each other, man. And I'd like, if I had the time and the gumption, it would be really fun to look up a few of their Young Lion matches and just do a side-by-side of them hitting a drop kick or them doing the hip toss or whatever, whatever sequence that they still do, because they did a bunch of that in this match and it was awesome. So maybe
it's awful, man.
They also go to each simultaneously arm drag each other and have like a double simultaneous arm drag, which is really cool. That is actually the cover art of our episode, which is rarely that I mention something like that, but it is the free pictures that New Japan puts on their website for the press. So don't be fucking trying to pull some bullshit out there. Whatever that TV company is that owns New Japan. But anyway, Rihoi Iwa works well with Hanma. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah. I love a guy who can work with Hanma, and we've seen this before with Iwa and Hanma, and it's more proof here. Hanma in the main event, by the way.
Yeah. Good for him. The gravel voiced former Never Champ deserves it, but they do all the DMDK heat spots on poor Hanma, and I'm not very happy about it. Like, it's not funny when they're doing it to Hanma. It's like, poor Hanma. But Goto gets a medium temperature tag, and he takes TMDK. He makes them attack each other. It's very upsetting. Goto destroys everyone because, the power of boredom compels you. And Goto and Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle. It's very good. Then it's back to Yuya and Iwa, and it's also very good. Hartley is in versus Yuya, and Yuya tries a deadbolt. Don't work, though. Ho train on Yuya. Everybody in the pool, they're all doing moves, and Yuya gets the deadbolt finally on Hartley for the win. That finish was fucking awesome, by the way, and Hartley took a bump that was a very respectable bump on that. That was like, hey man, like that was awesome. Thank you for doing that for me. Kind of. He
might not have a full contract, so I'm gonna bump for the fucking homegrown New Japan boys, big time. Yeah, smart man. Look, I love that Yuya gets to get a really cool finish in the main event, and I'm not mad that he pinned Hartley Jackson. I'm not. That's Jackson's spot, and that's fine. But you got a perfectly good Hanma right there. Come on, man.
They're throwing you for a loop. Well, so who was it going to be? It was going to be ELP, I guess. So they just
keep the same finish.
Booking. Yeah, that's fine.
Don't even need to change anything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's those are our shows. I tell you what, it feels like it was the first 2 house shows we've had in quite a while. And it felt quite nice just to do a couple tag shows. I don't want to do a billion of these in a row or anything, but it's nice to that we got a couple just so you and I could be like, oh.
They snuck the fuck up on me. I was
They
like,
did.
I was like, their shows today. Oh my god. Hey, and honestly, I was not ready to watch New Japan again, because I'm still upset about Doki. However, if anything, these shows kind of like made me realize that I'm just a fucking mark, and I'm gonna I'm a smart mark, but I'm a mark nonetheless.
We fucking marks big time. So hey, we know that we're marks. We own that. But just on that point you made about Great Khan and Shooter not having that great singles match and them tearing it up more now, you could bet your bottom dollar the next time Akira and Wato start having exchanges, they're going to rectify. I reckon.
Yeah. Otherwise, Kanemaru's going to get hurt again, because of all his bad wrestling.
But speaking of Francesco Akira, I have a diary.
Set yourself up. Knock yourself down.
Yeah. It's episode 13, and you've got a picture of Akira in some kind of like kimono looking thing.
Nice.
I don't know what the dude version of that is.
He's respecting. Is a kimono not a dude thing?
I don't know if it's like just for both genders or if there's a lady one and a man one. The names
I don't know. Either.
So I'm just going to call it a kimono. There's no,
okay.
It's fine. People know what that looks like.
I respect it, Luke.
It's camouflage green too, by the way. Poop green. See, P.
United Empire
green.
So we call that olive drab here in the United States, which is actually a hilarious name for a color because it's like olive drab. Yucks.
Yeah, you're not going to sell that much.
No,
that paint.
It's the military color. So, like, if you buy something that's military, it's usually olive drab is the color, which is stupid.
So we've got one dated at April 19th, 2025. It is episode 13. Until the day we meet again.
Okay.
A lot has happened in the past week at New Japan Pro Wrestling. 3 wrestlers are leaving the company: Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, and Jeff Cobb. Naito and Bushi are in a different faction, so I can't say much about them. But hearing that they are leaving still makes me feel a sense of sadness that I can't describe.
By the way, I just want to let you know I have my DMs open and I am messaging everything to TJP's wife that you say. So I just
oh man, I can she have some more blow-ups with New Japan guys?
No, come on.
I want that to be a regular skit on our fucking. Dude, oh my god. Los Ingobernables de Japón is one of the units that United Empire has faced the most. So their departure at the Dontaku tour feels like the end of an era. Events like this create mixed emotions, not only for the fans, but also for us wrestlers. Jeff Cobb is also leaving the company. Jeff was one of the founding members of the United Empire and was a big part of New Japan Pro Wrestling for a long time. And there's a photo of Akira looking at Jeff Cobb, who's holding a photo of Francesco Akira, and the photo someone's drawn a mustache, googly eyes, and a beard on the photo of Akira. Probably Jeff Cobb. He was like an older brother to me after I joined the United Empire. He always teased me, but he was really funny and made me laugh every time. I think he's that guy. You know how there's those people who tease you, and you're like, man, that motherfucker cuts like a knife. And then you got the other guys who tease you, and you're just like, he's funny. I like him. Yeah, I think Jeff Cobb's that one. You know what I mean? Whereas TJP's wife is the I'm gonna smack you up, bitch. Yeah. So there's a photo of Akira and Cobb, and they're both wearing samurai helmets together. Okay. And then there's another photo of Cobb, Callum, and Newman, all wearing kimonos, but with the wigs that a Japanese lady would wear and the flowers in their hair. And
so it was Callum and Newman?
Both sorry. Akira, Cobb, and Newman. And they're all doing this in their wigs. God. And the kimonos are all like pastel colors. Akira looks cool in red. Cobb's in pink. And Callum's in pastel purple. While on tour, we would explore Japan together, fight alongside each other, and shared a lot of fun times. Backstage, we even had our own tag team name, Catch 4x4. I like it. Yeah. He gave us a lot of advice and was someone we could really rely on. It's sad to see him go. We only just lost members like Aussie Open and Will Ospreay, and now Jess leaving too. So many questions come to mind. What do we do now? How do we bounce back after losing yet another important member? Man, Taichi, dude, you look good in green, man.
Yeah, he looks good.
We just want Taichi to get away from the nerds. We've been in a tough spot ever since we lost Ospreay, the founder of our group, last year. It's not easy to get back to the top position we were back then, and it feels even tougher now. But it's times like these that we must become stronger. We have to grit our teeth and move forward. This is now a serious youth movement in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and honestly, that's the only path we can take. Callum will challenge Goto for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in Fukuoka. The next step for me is clear: to win the best of the Super Juniors. I hope you do one day, mate. Let's stop looking back at the past and look forward. That's the only way to lead the United Empire to new heights. Please continue to support me and the United Empire. The new era is around the corner. I'm ready. And usually, I love this. That was great. This is sweet and adorable.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb's leaving, and I liked knowing just what Jeff Cobb meant to Akira and the rest of the Empire.
He gave you some pictures and stuff. Said, "Hey, man, this guy means a lot to me. He doesn't do steroids, I promise."
Yeah. Hey, wrestlers, when I read these diaries, that's the kind of shit I was expecting all along. Don't get me wrong. I love some of the things I've read that have had little to nothing about wrestling. We know this. They've become in-jokes in some ways. But that, I liked reading that. Like, and not in terms of like, man, Yoshihashi's boring and we rip on him. It's more like, you know, here's what this dude who's leaving is meant to me and stuff. So I don't know. I would love, Jay, if you're listening to this in the future, don't worry, we haven't run out of diaries. I'm not asking you yet, but I'd be absolutely into reading more Francesco Akira diaries. If they like that one, yes, please.
Akira and Akira, both of them.
Yeah,
you know, I want both.
That's right.
But yeah, that was a great diary. I agree. He talked about wrestling a little bit. He talked about what's going on in New Japan. He talked about how it affects him, and he talked about Jeff Cobb. And I like Jeff Cobb. So,
and if you can't make the word count, chuck in some freaking photos.
Yeah, good call. You know, wish Great O'Connor knew that.
You know, and he's Italian, writing in English, and it's being translated in other multiple languages too. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's really cool. We love Akira, and it's usually wrestlers we love that produce the most boring diaries, right? The two exceptions, I think, right now are Wato and Francesco Akira.
Well, big problem with Akira's diary. Not very funny.
No,
you know what I mean? Like could have been.
It's adorable though.
Yeah, could have been a lot funnier. You know
well,
what I mean? That's the
only
problem.
he could have mentioned some of the ways that Cobb teased him. By the way, just as a quick little aside, one of my favorite moments in all of Detroiters is Marilyn Rajka becomes the new co-worker for at the car factory with Tim Robinson's missus. And Tim Robinson's missus and her old co-worker who used to smoke used to love ragging on everyone, and the new one doesn't like ragging on people. So she's like, "Oh, when people used to tease you, what did they used to say?" And the freaking insults just had Tarity and I cried. I have to tell you right here at the end. I could have told you after the show, but watch Detroiters, everybody. It's really funny. And that is wow. Unless Mr. Andy has anything else to say about New Japan Soul, let's go eat some Tanahashi Jam.